All right, today we're talking about something every single homeowner needs to know. This is crucial stuff that could literally save you from a complete disaster. We're going to find your home's two most important kill switches before you ever need them. Let's get into it.
So picture this. You hear this awful noise. You run to the kitchen, and there it is. Water is just gushing from under the sink, flooding the floor. Total panic, right? What do? Well, your first call is not to a plumber. Your first move is something you have to know how to do long before an emergency like this ever happens.
Because let's be real, in an actual crisis, when there is water pouring everywhere or you smell that scary electrical burning smell, you don't have a second to spare. You're not going to be pulling out your phone, frantically Googling how to stop water leak. Every single second counts. This is all about preparation. Okay, so let's get you prepared. We're going to treat this like two simple missions. And your first mission is to find and understand your home's main water kill switch. So what is this thing actually called? The official term is the main stopcock, or you might hear it called the main shutoff valve. But what it does is simple. It's the master control for every drop of water coming into your house. You close this one tap, and it stops everything. The sinks, the shower, and yep, that burst pipe. So where is this thing hiding? Well, it has a few favorite spots. The number one most common place by far is under the kitchen sink. So look there first. If you don't see it, check in any cupboards you might have in a nearby hallway. And if you're still coming up empty, you might need to head outside and look for it near your water meter. Now, what are you even looking for? Don't picture some shiny, modern handle. You're hunting for a pretty old-school piece of hardware. It's usually a brass tap, and it often looks like a small wheel or maybe a simple lever. It'll probably look a whole lot older than the pipes around it. And the best part? It's incredibly simple to use. All you have to do is remember that old saying, righty tighty, lefty loosey. To tighten it or close the valve, you turn it to the right, clockwise. To loosen it or open it back up, you turn it to the left. So here's exactly what you do. Once you find that stopcock, turn the handle clockwise, that's to the right, all the way until it won't turn anymore. And hey, don't be surprised if it's a little stiff. They don't get turned very often. To make sure you've done it right, just go turn on the closest sink faucet. If you just get a little trickle of water that then stops, congratulations, you've done it.
Awesome. Mission 1 complete. With the water under control, let's move on to our second mission, which is every bit as important, finding the main power kill switch.
This time, we're looking for something called the consumer unit. Now, you almost certainly know it as the fuse box or the breaker panel. Whatever you call it, this box is the absolute command center for your home's entire electrical system. And where does this command center usually live? Well, common spots are high up on a wall in the garage, maybe tucked away in a hallway closet, or sometimes even right near the front door. Just keep an eye out for a plain-looking metal box, usually gray or white. Now, when you open that little door, you're going to see a whole bunch of smaller switches, right? Those are the circuit breakers. They control specific things, like the lights in your bedroom or the outlets in the kitchen. In an emergency, you ignore all of those. Your eyes are looking for one thing, the big switch. The main switch is designed to be obvious. It's almost always bigger than all the others, and it's usually a different color, like a big red or black switch. You really can't miss it. Think of it as your home's big red emergency button. One flip, and you cut the power to absolutely everything. So when would you actually use this thing? Well, this is for serious electrical emergencies. If you ever see sparks shooting out of an outlet or an appliance, or if you smell that unmistakable, horrible scent of burning plastic, don't hesitate. You go straight to that box and you flip that main switch off immediately. Okay. You now have all the intel on your two main targets. You know what they're called, you know what they look like, and you know how they work. So now it's time to recap and get you ready for your own mission. Let's just do a quick side-by-side to lock this in. Your water target is the main stopcock. You're looking for that old-school brass, wheel-like tap, probably under the kitchen sink. Your electrical target is the main switch. That's the big red or black switch inside the metal box. Two different targets for two different kinds of emergencies, but one simple goal: shut it down. And that brings us to your final task. Your mission today is so simple, but so incredibly important. Sometime today, go and physically find both your main water stopcock and your main electrical switch. And when you find them, pull out your phone and take a picture of each one. That way, if you're ever in a panic, you don't have to think, you don't have to search, you just look at a photo. It's a 5-minute job that could save you thousands of dollars. So the only question left is, do you know where yours are?